your trusted local expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.
And in with me right now, I have Diana Langley and Spencer Morrison from the city of Yuba City. How you doing, guys?
Good morning.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Oh, I'm glad that you guys are in here. Now, Diana, you've been in here a couple of times talking about the city, but Spencer, you have not.
Never.
So let's get to know you a little bit, like where you grew up, what brought you to the city of Yuba City, how and what you do for the city.
So I'm a South Sutter County native and went to Little Pleasant Grove Elementary School, East Nicholas, went to Yuba College, graduated Yuba College, and then left for a few years to Sacramento and found the hospitality industry, and I think that's where I learned the customer service I bring to the city today. I'm also a reformed track and field coach. I coached for several years out at Yuba College, and I think that's where I learned to deal with people and to help people and workers get past obstacles. I was a hurdles coach, and just make,
So you
get
say
where they need to be.
A reform? Did they reform you, or what's the reformed part of that?
I retired early.
Oh, gotcha.
So I found that I didn't think I could support my family as well, working on a stipend as I could, maybe choosing a different path. So
Gotcha.
That I think that it ultimately led me into accounting and led me to that, and my dislike of sales drove me to accounting and eventually led me to Yuba City, which have moved to, and we're happy to be here, raise our kids here.
Well, we're glad to have you here. I mean, East Nicholas is such a much bigger area than Yuba City is. Oh wait, no.
Well, area, yes. People know.
Yes, people know. That's right. Lots of farm town out there. And
that's right.
Lots of trouble you can make. No problem.
Go Big Red.
There you go. So, but you guys, we were talking a little bit before we came on air about all the exciting things that are happening in Yuba City, all the development that's happening. You guys just went on a 3-hour tour, as Diana said.
Yes.
Of everything that's happening, everything that's getting built in Yuba City. So what are some of those projects that are happening right now?
Yeah, so we're excited about the residential development that's occurring. We went through several subdivisions that are either in the early stages of construction where the contractors are grading, or subdivisions where they're actually building homes, which is very exciting. What we heard from the developers is that the homes are being sold as before they're even built, and so they don't even have model homes because they can't keep them. Yeah. And then in regards to commercial development, we went by where the Sportsman's Warehouse is going to be located. We went by the mall where there's some exciting projects that are going to happen there with Hobby Lobby, and I think it's called Turner Outdoors. I think it's what it's called. And so, there was a group of citizens that the mayor hosted, and we went on the city bus and took 3 hours yesterday to hit quite a few spots. I know it's in the paper today, but the intent of the tour is to show all of the great things that are happening in Yuba City, all the projects that we have going on. We've had some recent annexations that are extending the city limits.
Yeah.
And, really excited to see those projects move forward. The other thing that we talked about is just the need in not only Yuba City, but the area to have all forms of housing available. Affordable housing, which means, starter homes, all the way down to, very, very affordable housing. So, talked about projects like that. So we have some multifamily projects that are in the works as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, very excited about what's happening in Yuba City.
Yeah, so where's the residential construction happening most right now in Yuba City?
It tends to be the western portion of town, so out in the Aurora Ranchero area, Hooper Road. We also have the southwestern portion of town down off of Sanborn, and then with the recent annexation of Newcomb Ranch and Kells East, which is south of Bogue Road, we're anticipating that some residential projects will come forward related to that area as well.
Oh, wow. So there's lots of things happening. One thing that we've noticed over the years is the construction has not met the demand really for what we need here in as far as housing goes in the Yuba City area.
Right.
So
Yeah, one thing we talked about yesterday is at the height of development back in the early 2000s, you know, it wasn't unusual to have 700, 800 building permits pulled. After the recession, we were down into the 30s. And so it was really exciting as we were driving around to see that with these subdivisions that are going forward, it's about 600 homes, which, you know, is a great influx to the community. And then also we talked about 4 hotels that are proposed to be built in Yuba City. One's under construction right now with the Holiday Inn Express.
Right.
And then we have 3 others that are looking to, and the different processes of approval. And that's really exciting too, because we always hear about the deficit of hotel rooms in Yuba City.
I never really thought of that as the deficit of hotel rooms in Yuba City. I always think, who wants to come to Yuba City? There's not much to see around here, but I mean, if you got to go work here or other things that are happening, visiting family.
Right.
So,
yeah.
This is the first I'm hearing about a deficit in hotel rooms in Yuba City. So, usually on average, what's the capacity like in the hotels? Do you guys know that or anything like that?
Spencer, do you know that offhand?
I don't know that offhand, but I think what a lot of our travelers are looking for, and we do get a lot of travelers. Think of the Sikh parade alone.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's 80 to 100,000 people coming to town for that week. But we have a lot. Being a native of the area, I think we have a lot here to come visit and see. But I think people are, when traveling, they're looking for modern hotel rooms.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of hotels that I think travelers aren't considering right now, or the hotels are full of, their customers are maybe using some vouchers, or they're full other ways,
right?
Not with tourists. And so I think bringing modern hotels and with the comforts, modern comforts that people are looking for, is going to be a big boon.
I think people are also anticipating the completion of the temple.
Yes.
And so, that'll bring a lot of visitors to Yuba City as well.
Yeah, it definitely will. So going on, I mean, we've talked about construction things. What exciting things are happening in the background for Yuba City? What, like in your offices, what are you seeing also happening?
Well, I don't know if it's so much exciting right now, but, we have seen a lot of employees being ill with COVID.
That's no fun.
No, it's not fun. But I will say that what I've seen with that is that you see, I'm always amazed by the employees of Yuba City, and you've seen team members step up where they have to be called back from vacation. They have to be called in for overtime. They're doing jobs that they haven't done in years to provide coverage. They're doing jobs maybe they haven't done before to provide coverage and to serve the community. And so it's even though it's difficult, it's very inspirational to me, because it just reinforces the how great of employees we have and what a desire they have to serve the community.
Oh, that is awesome. It's like, these jobs need to get done, and it doesn't matter who does them, as long as we get them done and we work together and get everything accomplished. That's great.
Right.
You're the finance director.
I am.
So on the finance side, what's happening with Yuba City? What's exciting and new and fresh?
There's a lot of things that came out of the pandemic that are troubling and have been very, very difficult. But one of the things that was refreshing to me is that our community stayed in our community to make purchases during COVID. Part of that was closure. Part of that was our community was more open than other communities. But people stayed here and they bought locally. And that's a really exciting thing for me that I hope will carry on once other communities start to open up a little bit more. People stayed in town and they purchased cars. They purchased a lot of things online, which I don't know if everyone understands this, but when you buy something on the internet, the location where the sales tax is calculated is your home.
Really?
And so if you make a purchase in Yuba City at your home, so I always use this example. Go to Roseville. If you're a touch and feel kind of a person, go to Roseville, go to the department store and feel the garment, put it on, try on the shoes, but you don't owe a thing to Roseville. Roseville doesn't protect you when you're in your home. Roseville doesn't put the fires out in your neighborhood or take care of medical aids. Yuba City does. And that's paid for by tax revenue primarily and property tax revenue. So go shopping and go look and go touch and feel and try on, but come back home or while you're right in the store, make the purchase. Make the purchase on your phone while you're right there on the phone, on the store. Whatever store it is has an online presence. And those sales tax revenues, that revenue comes back to Yuba City. And because people were at home so much during the last 2 years and continue to be home, they're making these purchases online. And so the money goes into the county pool of sales tax. In Yuba City, that county pool is distributed based on population, and Yuba City is about 70% of the population. So Yuba City gets 70% of the sales tax revenue, roughly, of that sale. And so that purchasing locally can be while you could be on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet. That's still buying local. And so that was really exciting to see, and it helped Yuba City quite a bit.
I never even thought about that, how online sales, you can still get local sales tax, because when they charge the tax on your stuff, like you're checking out at Amazon, you don't even think about it. You're just, doing your thing, whatever, that it's going locally back to our community, even though, whatever you ordered may be shipped from across the United States or whatever.
That's right. Yeah, it's called the Wayfair decision, and Wayfair is a website. I don't know if your listeners know Wayfair, but you can buy a lot of stuff on Wayfair. But they were actually sued to make that happen, and that change came as a result of the lawsuit. So just a few years ago.
Yeah, when did that change happen?
Just maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so it really primed up for local communities and local taxes. It really primed up the sales tax revenue for the pandemic, because that's a big deal. We saw 50% increases in that category of sales tax.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything that we can do as a community to help our community grow even more? Some things that we need to look out for and to try to help our community grow even better and stronger?
Well, buying locally is a huge thing.
Right.
I don't know if you were around when Don McCullough was active in the community.
Oh, yeah.
Rest in peace. But he had the last. He's the last citizen business owner, I think, to really push and organize and push a buy local program. And I think that's something this community needs to hear again, and just be reminded of that when you spend your dollars locally, that those dollars mostly stay locally. There's a few people on the payroll that come in from Butte County or Colusa County or Sacramento County or Placer County, Yuba County, but for the most part, if you buy in Yuba County, buy in Sutter County, those dollars are going to stay locally, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. So what are you most excited about for Yuba City in the distant or near and distant future?
So I'll put my Public Works hat on. Public Works Director.
Is it a hard hat?
It is a hard hat.
Oh, good.
We are currently out to bid for the Bridge Street widening project between Cooper Avenue and Gray Avenue in Yuba City. I would say it's probably the worst roadway in Yuba City in terms of condition.
Oh, man, I think that could be debatable, but I think you're pretty close and pretty accurate.
Bad. And so that project widens that section of Bridge Street to 4 lanes, so 2 travel lanes each direction. It'll have a beautiful median down the middle. It'll have landscape planters, bike lanes, on-street parking, and it's going to extend the look of the section that's east of Cooper. And we are so excited because that then provides 4 travel lanes from Highway 99 in Yuba City over to Highway 70 in Marysville. And so in terms of capacity and just bringing a much needed improvement to the community, we are so excited about that project. And I said opens tomorrow. And so we would expect it to go to council mid-February for award and start construction probably in the April timeframe, weather permitting.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and then be completed at the end of December. But with that, once we start construction, I would highly recommend don't try to travel in that area.
Find an alternate route.
Find an alternate route, because it's going to be a complete reconstruction. So the road will be gutted and rebuilt. But that's a very exciting project right now. Spencer, do you have any projects to add or anything to add? Budget.
Yeah, we're getting ready to kick off budget season. I don't know that that's really exciting
You don't have a
citizens.
budget season party going on, or throw
it's-
confetti, whatever.
Yeah, and there aren't that many people attending that party, but
Right.
they could if they chose to. We usually have we do a lot of work behind the scenes, and then so from basically beginning of February through May, we're doing work behind the scenes at the department level and with the city administration and the council ad hoc committee. But what the citizens can do is look for the budget study session in end of May, and we open it up, we talk about it, we invite input and discussion, and not a really heavily attended meeting. But
Right.
It's something that everyone's invited to, and it happens just about the same time every year. And so you could just put it on your calendar on repeat.
So when is the budget meeting this year?
I
It's
don't.
usually the Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Right.
So
But one thing, we did have a funding workshop last night with council where Spencer went over the one-time COVID-related funds that the city has, and we're to receive a second installment of what I call the ARPA money, the American Rescue Plan Act money, which will be just about $7.5 million or so, close to $8 million
7.8. That's
in
right.
May.
Yeah.
And so council will, need to be making some decisions as to how those funds are allocated. And so Spencer went through, the permissible uses for those funds so that the council can start thinking about, we've already allocated funds to some projects, but
Yeah.
there's other opportunities as well.
So what is a big focus as far as budget goes for the city of Yuba City? Where do they want to focus our money?
So that's something that council has priorities,
Right.
and I think we're already underway on infrastructure. Improving infrastructure is always a big priority. Public safety is always a big priority. I think a shift and a change that we're going to start seeing is more of a focus on modernizing and efficiency, but really providing a more modern workplace for today's workers. I think I started the city 19 years ago, almost 19 years ago, and it was a different style of working, I think, than we're seeing in the workplace now. And I think all the employers out there would have a story of their own they might agree with. It's just changing. I don't know if it's the information age. I'm not sure what it is, but we need to make sure that we're falling in line and meeting the expectations of applicants that we're recruiting, for positions that we're recruiting for. And I think we'll see a little bit more of a focus on that as well.
Gotcha. So that's a heavy thing to try to figure out is what their needs and their wants are and try to meet them all. So
Yeah, it seems like flexibility is a big one
it is
these
indeed.
days. Yeah.
Well, our time is almost up. Diana, Spencer, is there anything else that I didn't cover that you guys want to talk about and make sure that the people know about for the city of Yuba City?
Elevator speech time.
Elevator speech. There you
Go
go.
ahead, Spencer.
Well, I mean, just make sure that you find a way to take pride in your community. And when you're out there telling stories about Yuba City, sometimes we are drawn to self-deprecating humor, but
Yeah.
people that aren't from the area might take that not as humor, might take it as fact. And so you're really changing the narrative about Yuba City. If you want Yuba City to be a great place, start talking about Yuba City as a great place. Start showing people the great parts of Yuba City. We have some amazing restaurants in Yuba City, and I love when people come to town because I want to take them down to Plymouth Street and I want to show them some of the great restaurants that we enjoy. And just start showing your pride, and then you'll start feeling it, and that's what I would encourage everyone to do, and the community will thrive because of it.
Yeah. So what's your favorite restaurant on Plymouth Street then?
Right now, we have our favorite, we have our standards, but right now we're trying to give Justin's Kitchen all the love we can.
Yeah.
Justin's doing a great job down there. Travis at the bar, they're really doing a fantastic job, and we try to give them our business anytime we can. But I just had lunch yesterday with at Sopa's. can't go wrong with Sopa's.
Nope.
And Fernando's, Cali Kitchen. I mean, there's
depends
killing
on what
Viking,
you-
there's so
killing
many.
it down there.
Yeah.
Killing it down there.
What I love about that area is, what are you in the mood for?
Right.
If you're in the mood for Thai food or, something like that, Sopa's the way to go. I mean, it's always like a home run. No matter where you go down Plymouth Street, it feels like the food is a home run for sure.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about that area.
It is.
It is.
It is. Wonderful.
Well, our time is up. You guys, thank you so much for being in. Diana Langley, Spencer Morrison, thank you guys so much for being here today.
Thank
Pleasure.
you.
Thank you.
This community interview is made possible by Shaw and Associates.
I'm Dave Shaw, President and CEO of Shaw & Associates. For over 65 years, Shaw & Associates has been your trusted local expert for wealth management, tax, accounting, and payroll. Thank you for voting us Yuba Sutter's best in multiple categories, including financial advisor and wealth management firm for the past 5 years. You can find more information at shawassociatesinc.com or 530-674-1150. Shaw & Associates is proud to support community radio.